Ubisoft recently had a financial update and they went along cancelling so many video games. In this financial update, they talked about how they are facing major challenges as the industry continues to shift towards mega brands and long-lasting titles that can reach players globally across platforms and business models. So Ubisoft decided to cancel 3 unannounced projects and also delayed Skull and Bones again. Video game news, reviews, and interviews of voice actors is what this channel is all about. So consider subscribing. Skull and Bones was supposed to be releasing in March, but another delay has happened and now it has been pushed to the next fiscal year, which runs from April 2023 to March 2024. They say that the additional time has helped very much and brought big improvements to the game, thanks to the playtests that has been happening so far. They also believe that people will be happy with the amount of improvement that this game has. However, this marks the 6th time that the game has been delayed, and at this point I think I just want the game to just be out. Just release it, just take it out, let it go. But why did Ubisoft cancel 3 unannounced games and delayed Skull and Bones? Well, the answer to that is they are blaming the AAA games that were released. According to Ubisoft, their previous games, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which was released in October 2022, and Just Dance, which came out earlier this month, underperformed and they were surprised by the performance. Ubisoft CEO says that they are shifting more towards the mega brands and long-lasting titles, because of which less players are getting exposed to the games. Sparks of Hope was released in October before some of the year's biggest games like Call of Duty, God of War Ragnarok, and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were released. The CEO practically blames these big AAA games and say that people are actually buying this game instead of buying our games. He says that those big AAA games have taken a large share of the market, leaving less available customers to buy Ubisoft's products. Despite both the games Mario Rabbids and Just Dance having great reception overall, Ubisoft still believes that it underperformed. It is based on the amount of players that the game actually has. The predecessor of Rabbids game got over 10 million players according to Ubisoft. So since this new Rabbids game didn't reach that level yet, they take it as an underperformed video game. Ubisoft also says that they believe that the player count will increase over time, but they were surprised by the amount of players in the first few weeks since the game was released. It's quite obvious that a lot of people will buy the major AAA games. A lot of indie games suffer because of this, and sometimes some AAA games also suffer because of other AAA games. But it all depends upon 2 things. Number 1 is you have to set a release date that is not so close to a major AAA title release. And number 2, if a game is really that good, people will talk about it on social media or make videos about it, and a lot of people will know from that and then play those games. Now, Ubisoft said that they will make around 200 million euros in cost cuts over the next 2 years through targeted restructuring as well as hiring highly talented people for its biggest games and live service games. Despite whatever conclusion was made, I believe cancelling video games was not exactly the right move to do. They maybe could have delayed it or maybe could have released it at a different time, but cancelling it feels like all the hard work that these developers did went all to waste. Right now, Ubisoft is planning to release bigger games by this fiscal year, which includes Assassin's Creed Mirage, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and other yet to be announced premium game, with one of them being a bigger one, as well as a promising free-to-play game. Even though Ubisoft has big games coming this year, there are other games that are in development which will never be released just because they're not a AAA level game. There are so many video games right now that are not AAA, they're AA, they're indies, and a lot of people love it because of the way it's presented and played. Games such as Stray, Sifu, and even Signalis perform so well, and people talk about it so much that others are discovering about them and now they are playing it. However, in the end, it's all about business, and if a product is not doing as much business as you expected, hard decisions are to be made. These decisions are done to make sure that the company can move forward. Ubisoft, just like any other business, wants to generate income and want to make sure that they produce such a product that people are excited for and then also want to try out. And even though Ubisoft delayed Skull and Bones again, this game in particular is making sure everything is done right. Check this video out.